Welcome back, everybody. This is Kenny with another top 5 camp spots video, and we're going to continue through the forest. Last couple videos we did a southern region here along the river, and then we did kind of the inland areas here. And so now we're going to be doing the forest central location. We're going to be following the river up to, let's see, from the Hillfolk Hot Dogs up here until the Black Mountain Ordnance Works. We're going to follow that spot on the river, and the next video will kind of cover some of the inland areas here. Over to, yeah, pretty much kind of like the airport is. Morgantown Airport's kind of the northeast corner of that, with the White Powder Winter Sports as the southeast corner. But yeah, for today we're going to be looking at the river, so let's hop right into it. So this location here is thankfully right next to the Sunshine Meadows workshop, so just a quick little sprint right over there to take that over for some of your dailies if you want it. But the main area that I want to highlight for placing your camp module, and you can see it right down there on that hillside. And this has a good mixture of the things I tend to like to see in camp locations. Some pre-existing stuff here, so you can have your kind of crashed trailer here. Just kind of work around that. Unfortunately, these logs you cannot harvest, so that's a bit of an annoyance. There's oftentimes an NPC here chopping wood, so that's kind of a perk. The main creature you're going to get hit with here is mole rats, so they tend to kill her. It's kind of annoying, and it's usually a lady over there that's doing the wood chopping. We have a junk node here, so always love your good junk nodes. And in general, I love this flat area here that you can work with, getting some good buildings out here on the water. And let me show you the size of the circle based on that. So you can get the junk node in, say, on the edge of the circle, and you can work your way over here, right up to the edge of that trailer, and then that allows you to get out here to the water. You can get some of this good flat land out here. You've got your snaptail reeds, you've got blood leaves, and just a short run up the hill, and you can start getting some soot flowers if you're making your healing salves. So this is a great location for a starter character that isn't trying to, run off a bunch of stim packs or hand-me-downs from high-level characters. So I definitely recommend this location. And of course, good old tank over here. I always love just kind of that war-torn look to everything. All right, and we're gonna move on to spot number 2. And for spot number 2, we're just a little bit north up the road here from the previous location. And what I like about this location is that it's a nice big kind of flat hill. Working on hills can be a lot of fun once you kind of get into the idea of working with a multi-tiered camp location. And it has a nice view of the river down below here. There's not a whole lot of resources here. You've got some logs, of course, in the general area, but I highly recommend given a chance into building on a hillside. You can have a lot of fun, and your camp will seem bigger than it really is, because if you start making use of the vertical axis, then you can have buildings that are close together if they were, say, on a flat land, but because they're on a hill, it seems like they're further apart than they are, and so your camp can be quite big. And this is an ideal location to have kind of like build a location that looks like it was part of the world, just being right there flush against the road. And you have this advantage here of this little wood pile here. I think you can get like 3 or 4 harvests off of this. I already did it. I'm on so I can't do it. But yep, so there's spot number 2, and on to number 3. And for spot number 3, we are literally right next to the other location. That's the flat hill that we just saw, but down here on the river, you have a nice little kind of rock outcropping here sticking out into the water on this little pre-existing location. Go and place the camp there just to show you. So you can completely enclose this in here, and you get you have this entire dock pathway here to this little canoe or boat. This settler is usually kind of one of those pissed off, grumpy ones. But you've got your cooking station already set up there, and this safe, which is typically locked. Now, let's see. Yep, so it is. So if you need to get your daily for that, you can just knock that out real quick. And you have a garden gnome flamingo. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to build in this location because it gets you set up right on the water, and you can have a lot of fun kind of building around that pre-existing location there. And on to spot number 4. And for location number 4, we are just south of Point Pleasant here. And the main attraction to this one, I think, is this broke down tractor trailer up here on the road. But it has your radiation barrels. So if you need to have your daily dose of your radiation to keep your bloodied build going, you got that right there for you. There is usually a raider here. I actually got Raider Punk here. This is the location I originally found him. So tends to be here a lot. Now, with the size of the sphere here, if you just barely get the barrels within your camp perimeter, you're still going to be able to extend out into the water past this boat here. And again, another scenic location right here on the river where you have some good flat rocks to work with to make some fun buildings sticking out there in the water. And not a whole lot of resources. You have your just your kind of wood in this general area. No nodes or anything around it. And on to spot number 5. And here is spot number 5, but after this location, don't go anywhere because I am going to give you guys a bonus spot after it. So this one here, just north of Pleasant View, you're on these cliffs here, and it's too large of an area to have your entire camp in it, but there's all of these tiered cliffs that you can work with, which has just a beautiful view of the river, as you can see. Up here, if you're at the top level, you're going to have this adventurer that's just always trying to scout for a location to camp. So I think she'll get like spot locations for you on the map if you haven't explored this part of the forest as well. But the main area that I think would be the most ideal for actually pitching the tent is once you work your way down here, because you do have a couple iron nodes. Got one right there, and one on this side over here. And if you get your camp module here, I think on this ledge, it picks up some of those lower ground areas down there, so you can have some locations, some buildings down there, as well as locations at the top of the cliff ledge here. And this last ledge right here, this whole area is pretty flat and reasonable to work with. Not a whole lot of resources outside of those iron nodes. Nothing really too pre-existing except for this tractor trailer that's sitting over here. But again, the location is just beautiful with those cliffs right there. And on to that bonus number 6 spot for you. And for location number 6, we're just a short distance up from that last location there along the cliffs, which is about right there. So when we look at this location, we have a junk node to the right. And if you place your camp module, so the junk node is on the northern edge of it, you're going to have this whole kind of flat area here along the water to work with. Got some nice good junk and crap and stuff, and you have this natural little camp right here. Now, I'm assuming there's supposed to be an NPC in here. I've never seen one, but you also have all of this whole flat area over here if you wanted to work with that. But of course, if you're trying to do the junk node, you're going to be anchored to being pretty much right here on this hill. But this spot's a lot of fun. At least it looks like it. I personally have not yet built here, so I can't say for sure, but I built in most of the other locations that I've showcased, so I do look forward to putting a camp here sometime in the future. So other than that, folks, take care, and I will see you in the wasteland. Bye-bye.